living room because I was caught walking and talking on a cell phone, maybe smoking a cigarette, and they're, hey, high speed, hey, come over here, hero. And you run over there and you're like, what, you think you have Fort Living Room? Is you walking and talking on a cell phone like you have Fort Living Room? This is Fort so and so. And you could have just told me. You didn't have to be yelling it. Like, it just never made any sense to me. It did after a while. Then after a while, I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense, but this is the most ridiculous time. You got to get out of here. Then I come home on leave and get a traumatic brain injury. And the Army's like, we don't need you anymore. I ain't need y'all in the first place. Appreciate that. So thank you for your service. If you was ever a first sergeant, made people just insanely mad at you. That's what they do. Haters are so good at their job. That means you're doing something. But going from active duty Army combat readiness service certified to traumatic brain injury and being injured, and the Army being like, we'll retire you, but you can't come back. What you gonna do for us? Raise your numbers up? They're like, that's not good enough. So I'm retired. I do traumatic brain injury awareness. I got a traumatic brain injury, and I'll talk with people for a while. They don't notice. I try to just talk with people and not have a brain injury for the entire time we're talking. And then after 45 minutes of talking with somebody, listening to their problems, I ask them, like, what do you know about traumatic brain injury and people that live with them and survivors of traumatic brain injury? And they're like, not. I mean, like, I was thinking about being a neurologist, but, like, that McDonald's window is just really calling me. I was thinking about Dunkin' Fries, too. Got distracted with Dunkin' Donuts, so now they work at McDonald's laters, working the fry later. And I'm like, traumatic brain injury, what you know about that? They're like, yeah, nothing. I don't even know where I'm at now. I'm like, okay, that's good. It's nice to know. But then I tell them I gotta wait, but you're doing really, you man. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am and sir, my traumatic brain injury has left me paralyzed on the left side from the right side brain injury. It's called a hemianopsia on my left side of both eyes, no peripheral vision. It's a list longer than I have time to explain with the traumatic brain injury. Good news is I don't have to wake up in the morning and hurry and rush around to get to a job that I don't even appreciate being attached to. And I don't have to go around running around at 3:30 for full of everything they've ever issued me. We're gonna rock how far today? 26 miles into the woods while it's raining. To train for a war in the desert? Come on, are you kidding? That's a fun little joke. Is that a parody? Are you serious? And they're totally serious. They're like, yes, we're going 26 miles today into the woods. And yes, it might be raining a lot, but you're going to have to pack a lot of socks so that when your feet get wet, you can change those socks. And that way your feet don't get gangrene and we have to cut your feet off to save your life. And I was like, okay, but still, it's not. We don't have Humvees or anything. Why are we even going out there again? Those kind of questions you're not supposed to ask. But going from, okay, I'm ready to do this ridiculous task, to waking up waking up from a coma in the hospital with the traumatic brain injury. I don't know what was going on. Beard was down there. I was like, oh my God, wait till my boss comes in here and sees this. How long has it been? Felt like Rip Van Winkle. How long have I been asleep? Not Rip Van Winkle. Old Sleepy Joe, whatever the dude's name was. Fell asleep for 100,000 years. Woke up, long beard. That's what happened to me. So if you feel or understand the frustration of waking up from a coma, traumatic brain injury, what are you gonna do now? hit like, subscribe. And it looks like we got some viewers here. There's been we got some. I'm trying to read my vision due to the traumatic brain injury. They say I got diplopia, nerve palsy sixth, hyperdivergence, strabismus, all type of stuff with the eyes. So I'm having trouble reading these comments here. WSP, I guess that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. I say that's what's up all the time. Not even, I don't even know what it means sometimes. Alright, that's what's up. Even though I just agreed to something I shouldn't have agreed with. They're like, hey, I'll kill you next Tuesday. Alright, that's what's up. And then I come back Tuesday and wonder why this person got a gun sticking out of a cheeseburger. And I'm like, why would you hide it in a cheeseburger? Now it looks like I'm being shot at by a jealous cheeseburger. That's terrible. So anyways, I'm off topic. What else do we have here? Somebody said, what? I said, alright, what? Yeah. Did you know Lil Jon made Dijon mustard? It's called France. He got that Lil Jon mustard. And it's Lil John the Baptist. I don't know if you knew that. Lil John the Baptist is in the Bible. Baptized Jesus. And he came up out the water, and the Spirit descended upon him like a dove. Yet he was feeling like Usher at that moment. It was all upon me, Pharisees was on me. That song had to play as soon as he dipped Jesus down in the water. Yeah. And the Spirit descended upon him and landed gently like a dove. And the clouds opened up and said, that is my son. Bro, look at him. You feel that? You see that? We're gonna look, Sodom and Gomorrah chill. Y'all don't get no more John the Baptist mustard. Anyways, I'm way off. It says changing. Camping. Yeah, I'm not a fan of camping anymore. So I got a house instead. It's nothing, extra fancy. It's just a house. Neighbors, they got a house. The neighbors over there got a house with bushes all on there. I don't know if that's papaya tree. I know they ain't climbing it. That thing is high. It's got strong roots. Not a very strong trunk. You're not climbing that. Plus, it's a 55 and up community. Ain't nobody climbing trees out here. We got some plants here. Here. They say you gotta stop and smell the roses. I gotta stop and smell to see what one is. Oh, that's rosemary. That's what that is. You can cook with that. What's over here? See this little one right there? I don't know how long it'll be before that turns into a big enough tomato to eat. But you wouldn't want to eat it when it's like that. It would just be a waste. So we put the metal, you've seen this before, you put the metal thing over tomatoes to give it the structure to build up on. As the roots and the stalks aren't strong enough to... I think this is that one I think need to be taken down. It was rough. Anyways, going from active duty, I'm ready for anything to back. I'm tired. Coma. 17 days in a coma. I still don't feel like I'm rested. Apparently, the part of my brain that makes you feel like you're well. All right, seize the day. It's a crazy joke. Seize the day. I got a seizure disorder. I don't seize any day, but to go out and get it, I still do that from time to time. Depends on what I have on my calendar. I got a dry erase board. Come look at this. This is where I do my pouring paint. I take paint on it, then move it around, and it looks kind of cool. Oh, I just noticed Happy Father's Day. It's a beer, I guess. So, what I was trying to show you is my calendar. stay busy. But it's a dry erase calendar. That way. And now I gotta change it over. I gotta redo it. It's June. It's not June. It's July. Let me make sure. Yep. Tuesday the 30th. Hold on, just to be sure. Let me make sure. Alexa. Alexa. What day is it?
It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2026.
Okay. That settles it. It is June. But I'm getting ready tomorrow to do the thing right here. Change it over. July. It's good that it's dry erase. That really helps out. But the pouring thing out back, that's what I do this with. Look at this big one. What's it look like? I think it looks like the sediments and elements and chemicals inside of the Grand Canyon. Or no, I'm calling this one the dark side of Mars. That's what they named it on the at the Wounded Warrior Project art exhibition at the Dallas Love Field at the Texas Library in Dallas. Thank you for all the interactions. This is great. Hey, look, I have an audience. Here's a painting that illustrates my journey from waking up from a coma, looking for a connection. So that's me, looking for a connection on a laptop, and then going through this delicate bridge. It's a rickety bridge. It don't feel safe. Through rehab to get through to the grass and the greener on the other side. And we got American submarines and oil rig, and that's the space in between up top. And that's a cell tower I was trying to get the connection to from over there, but I couldn't get to the connection without going through the bridge of rehab. And this is a pouring painting I did to get into the Wounded Warrior Project art program. But wait, there's more. I have a lot more art. Yeah, they actually qualified me as an artist. Look at this. Because of stuff like this. Simple, effective. They give me an artist profile. See, because art, I like it because it gives me instant gratification of, look, this is what I did for the day. You know, like making a song, you can hear it. Writing a paper, you can see it. Doing art like this, I put saline in with acrylics, and it gives it these little bubbly looking cells type thing. But wait, there's more. Trying to read these. This is my address, by the way. ADHD Ave, and then ADD, and with all that, I use a mountain hiking stick so that I can at least stick to one thing. Back to the art. This is my little it's my little creation area. I used to do music like semi-professionally, just amateur. Now, with my experience, I just go in and make what I can with the old iMac. Oh, here's some good advice. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, because it becomes your destiny. So you're in control of your destiny if you're in control of your thoughts, words, actions, habits, and character. Not everybody's... Too many people are too busy talking to really go by that. Back to the art. this is two different octagon shaped canvases with one twisted like that on it. And it's still a nice day out. And this is what I did in homage to my left side hemianopsia. I can't see on the left side of either eye. So I see some beautiful stuff in the right eye, in the right side of the eyes, but then on the left side of the eyes I don't see anything. So that's what I did in homage to that. And then, nobody likes this one. I didn't make that. It's Trumpy Trump. Craziest part about that is it says made in China, product of Canada. And those are like his two biggest enemies, so the irony of that. Here's another poured swirl looking painting and another one. I feel like this looks like the skulls and souls burning in hell. And then this is like the smooth heavens. And that's what I looked like before I tried to go to ranger school. And then when you get to ranger school and they do your weight and tape, and you're not tall enough and you don't weigh enough, you get sent home. I was like, wow, that's a waste of time. My whole time in the Army, I feel like, was a waste of money. As the government had civilians all over Iraq, all over Iraq, and Iran, and Afghanistan, doing the job I was trained to do in the Army. So I was a water purification specialist, and I'm preparing to go to Kandahar, to the pipeline, to the Anaconda pipeline, and try to get ocean water and purify it to be drinkable and bring it back to Kandahar for the infantry there. And then there's civilians already doing that job. So KBR was the big contractor that outbid my company, because it was more expensive for the government to send us and my company to do water purification than it was to employ a civilian over there. One civilian is doing the job of like 300 soldiers. Just simple logistics. We don't have enough water. Send in an order for get more water. They ship it over. Now we got more water. But for me and my crew, we would have to go to the ocean, drive a long ways to the ocean, suck out ocean water, filter it to where the salt isn't in there, then put it in a big tank, drive it all the way back to Kandahar, and hook up the infantry with it so that they could shower and then eat, shower, and clean. My unit was a quartermaster unit with laundry and bath, water purification, and cooks, and logistics. Now, that could have been good for the infantry if we was over there, but they would have had to protect we made a little tent city. We had a tent city with over 500 tents, and we had all the water and had a DFAC in it and a laundry and bath tent, so the infantry could come in and have a decent meal and wash their uniforms and shower, and a weapons cleaning tent where they could clean weapons that they need to care for or to tend to the fob we were in. And it felt like such a waste. Why are they having us do this? Well, they're not gonna send us in tents to Kandahar. That wasn't the mission, apparently. So we're training for this mission, and that never happened. And then right before deployment, they said you either go home on last hug leave and hug your family members and friends before you go to a place you're probably gonna die at, or come with us on this deployment and die. And I was like, well, let me go and see my friends before I go. And then I went and seen my friends and family because I didn't want to come back in a box. Because that's a terrible car, the box. I don't know if Honda or Toyota made the box. I'm kidding. That's not what happened. Let me try to read some of these comments. Thank you for the comments. I'm out. Cruising? You're out cruising. Alright. Somebody is out cruising. Now, what are you cruising in? Whoever's out cruising, what are you cruising in? Is it a Tesla? Check out the Rezvani tank. Oh, somebody hit me with a link. I wonder what that's a link to. Oh, that's not rosemary. Okay, thank you. I for sure thought it was rosemary. I'm not educated. I'm not a horticulturist. I'm educated, just not in horticulture. I mean, I'll eat some basil on a pizza. That's about as far as it goes. Thank you for the rosemary correction. What's the next one say? That's a house. It is. I appreciate it. Look. That is a house. It's got multiple rooms. Got somebody cleaning it right now. Yeah, I'm that lazy. Yes. It's clean though. I'm that lazy. Cause see, with the left side hemianopsia, I can't see anything on the left peripheral. If I get up with a vacuum and try to move it all around and clean up the floor, I'm gonna miss half of it anyways, and I'm trying to risk falling down from the hemiparesis. My whole left side of my body is half paralyzed. So it feels like about 500 pounds of body on my left side, and I'm just trying to pull it around with the right side. And through 17 years of different therapy, on and off, I get the same thing. Oh, put these rubber bands around your legs and walk sideways through here. I'm like, yeah, but that's not functional. I don't operate with rubber bands on my legs. And they're like, well, your insurance pays for this. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think they do. If I know anything about my insurance, they don't pay for BS. That sounds like BS. And so that's a bit of a rant. But I take what I can get. And this is a painting I did at Painting with a Twist. I don't know if you've ever been to Painting with a Twist, but it's an interesting process. You can get some drinks. You can get your drink on and try to paint. So this is from the show Wednesday. So this is Wednesday's side. She gets a roommate in college or in school. And her roommate's got all these colors everywhere. And Wednesday is from the Addams family. She's all gothed out. She don't like colors. She said she's allergic to color. It gives her hives and blisters. And the colorful roommate is so enthused by it. It's a weird show. But I also like to play chess. And here's more of the Wounded Warrior Project accolades. That picture is there. That's weird. But I'm thinking about making a chess dating app. So you can play chess for the shy chess players out there. For the shy chess players that don't have the right chess outlet to meet somebody intelligent enough to make a real connection with. So appreciate your time and attention and all the comments. That's great. Hit me with more watch time and thumbs and all that. Thumbs up. Comments are great. 10 good. Fall out.